Who made a little oopsie on the weekend? What are you talking about, Lauren? Chair is the reason why you're here. Come on, Tismatis, you know that.
Welcome back, David.
Chips and Dropkicks, how you doing? Thank you. Thanks so much for the subscription. Thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate it. I gotta get some new subscriber badges, you know? Fully intend on doing that pretty soon. Those badges, I put them out a while ago, when I started streaming in the pandemic, I guess. I didn't even have the hexagon as a thing, but I do now, and I want to make little hexagons with the number, you know, the number of months that people have been subscribing, which should be pretty cool. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing good. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much, Chips. I appreciate the subscription and the continuous support as we're here live on Twitch, as we are almost every Monday. I wasn't live last week. I ended up not being able to. Life got in the way, but it's always good when I get the plan to be live. And this is why does the camera angle look so weird? Let me move this this camera while I and why is the chat not on screen? There it is. There we go. There we go. We fixed it. All right. Lauren, what's up? And then he had Russell, hello. Oh, and the Saints go marching in. They're going to win the Tag League. Oh, man, we're going to win the Tag League. It's going to be great. I'm going to do a big reaction to the Tag League in a second. DMR, how you doing? Why are you screaming my name like that? Paul YG, what's up? Don't be slurring on my stream, Tiz, or my chat. Lishi, what's up? Best streamer wrestler in Ref Pro. That is true. I agree with that. Because unlike TK Cooper, I win championships. Lishi, what's up? David, are you excited for the Slur 4 movie coming out soon? I don't know if excited is the word. I will go and watch it, but I don't know if excited is the word. I'm going to turn off the camera here for a second, but I'll still be here, gang. I just want to try something here. I've been watching Ironheart lately, and is this best? This is best, isn't it? Or is it weird? No, it's best. Alfeders, what's up? I have the object permanence of a 4-month-old. David is gone forever. I'm here. Let's... Oh, I got it. Well, that makes a lot of space. It's a shame Brandon White doesn't stream. Why? Emma, what's up? Welcome to the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. I've been having a lot of YouTube subscribers from the videos that I've been putting out lately, which I appreciate. I'm not expecting everyone that is a subscriber. Did I go too far now? No, I didn't go far enough. I'm not expecting everyone to be a subscriber on YouTube that will also watch my live streams. But if by any chance this is the case, this just popped up on your feed, and you're like, oh my god, this guy that I watched this video of a while ago did a really cool... He's live now, then I appreciate it. Hi, thanks very much. There you go. This is much better. This is a much better camera angle. Okay, I know what I did wrong here. It's a shame Brendan White doesn't stream. Why? Would that make you your favorite wrestler and streamer? That would be your favorite double? I don't know what Brendan White would stream about. Oasis? You made an oopsie? What did I make? Well, I do expect that from all YouTube viewers. Them to come and watch my stream. It'd be lovely to. Hi. So you were asking me about Fantastic Four. Oh, let's go.
Good evening, sir.
Trevor, what's up? Good evening to you as well. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the 7 months at tier 1, not even Bezos money. I really appreciate that. Thanks everybody for this big support. You're always giving me. You guys are so nice and kind. Look at y'all. I was saying that I've been watching Ironheart. I may watch another episode today. I've watched the first 2 episodes, I believe. And I'm not enjoying it. Me no like it. Me no like it. I don't know why. I feel like it's the writing is really weird. I'm not enjoying the writing on it. And then I'm like, is it a me thing? I talked to a few other people, obviously like Killy being one of those people. I feel like the show is written more for her than for me. If you know what I mean. But then also like talked to a few people. Guilherme, for example, my friend from Portugal, who I talked to a lot about entertainment, you know, especially like Marvel and stuff like that. He's also saying that he feels like it's not good. I don't know. I'll probably watch Fantastic Four. I just don't know when. I think I have a movie that we haven't watched yet that we should. Guess I'm a bit disconnected on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aren't we all? When you were talking to us at Colossus, you said my name instead of Phoebe's, but you were talking to Phoebe. It just slipped. Alright, how many times did I do that? Once? That kind of stuff happens. I just had 2 matches. You try and have a normal conversation where you just had 2 matches. Brendan White's stream will be an hour a week planning to win the Rycap tag belts with Mr. Blobby. It is insane to me, and at the same time not surprising at all that Brendan White would have a Mr. Blobby obsession. Brendan is brilliant, depends on the perspective. Like when Adam ripped her sign. A seagull came in and ripped a fan's sign. Did you know that? A representative Colossus came into the show and ripped a fan's sign. And then he entered the Rumble. When that footage all comes out, I'll be able to talk about it here. He's got his Cheesecake Review Instagram account. Wait a minute. Brendan White has a Cheesecake Review Instagram account, and I'm only finding out about this now. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much, Chips. Appreciate your subscription. Can I get the link of this subscription, please? Of this YouTube or of this thingy? Cheesecake Review Instagram account. They just said a slur. When I say it, it's not a slur. When my chat said it is a slur. If I say it on chat, it is a slur. Therefore, am I banned? Oh, I can say it. Screw you all. The new Superman is out this week. I'll have a look. I realized recently, I don't think I'm going to go into this conversation now, but I've realized recently why I have always been such a Superman hater. I'm on the fence about starting Ironheart because I've heard mixed feelings. I'm also very MCU'd out as much as I've loved it. I will watch it just out of completionism and because it's something that Keely and I do together. But because I care about the genre and I'm interested in it, but... No, it's weird. It's been weird. It's only 6 episodes and they're all out, so... I just think that, like, not even good acting can ruin can save the bad writing. I don't know. And I'm just sitting here on this chair talking about this, right? I've been watching the latest Daredevil. Man, I have finished that Daredevil season as quickly as it came out, and I'm continue to be a huge fan. Huge fan. Love Daredevil, hate Daredevil dorks like Danny Black. But we'll talk about Danny Black. Oh, we will. You haven't had your match yet, actually? That is true. But wait, was that when... What are you talking about? Did that happen when the post got ripped? I'm very confused about when this happened. Because if it happened because a man dressed in a seagull came in stealing a sign of support to me and ripping it in front of the people that kindly made it, I was in shock, and that's why I couldn't even get my names properly. Ray Milligan, what's up? Cheesecake and toilets on Instagram? No chance. No chance. You're it's a joke. You're joking. This is not real. Daniel Black, my sweet summer child. It's real? What is happening? My friends. Cheesecake and toilets on Instagram. 7 posts so far. Listen, I love cheesecakes. All right? I gotta say I love cheesecakes. Drain Days, what's up? We're saying Danny Black because we're talking about how Daredevil is great and Daredevil imitators and wannabes is bad. It's real and I have fan art in progress. I respect it. Is there any sound to these videos? There isn't, is it? Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan. I'm a traveling professional wrestler. Oh my god, this is real. Who absolutely loves cheesecake. I'm with him on that. I think that cheesecake is definitely a top tier, like S tier dessert, and I love cheesecakes too. Problem is I'm lactose intolerant, I presume he wanted to write there, and I torture myself because I spend quality time in the bog after eating cheesecake. What? So I thought for fun I'd do a cheesecake review page where the score of the cheesecake will be based on both the quality of the cheesecake and the toilet facilities afterwards. After all, there's nothing worse than a great cheesecake than dashing to the toilet that is dirty and or has no toilet paper and a broken flush. Wow. I have no words. So obviously I'm not lactose intolerant. I don't know what it feels like to be lactose intolerant, but how fast does that happen? How fast does your dentist go like, I don't know, lactose, we don't want none of this? Or is he just painting an image in my mind that is not the real image? That is not how actually things go. Cheesecake needs no sound? No, it doesn't. It just needs to be tasted properly. My wife's birthday was this past Friday. She has made herself a Snickers caramel cheesecake. That sounds delightful. That sounds incredible. And I am on a very critical stage of Project Hexagon, so I would not... I would have to make sure I keep my calories in check, to be fair. But that sounds absolutely amazing. He's absolutely going to get his own OnlyFans page in on Kicks in the future, right? Oh my god, Drain Days. He'd probably make money. If this gets people going. This was a class white chocolate and strawberry cheesecake from Hickory Smokehouse. Hopefully I'm saying that properly, in Stafford, which is not Stratford, as much as my brain wants to tell me it is. Taste was unreal's. Best cheesecakes are the ones full of flavor. This had plenty. Came with a churro as a side too. Yeah, I said churro. Yeah, I did. The jar was a bit unnecessary. That being said, the cheesecake was worth putting my pulse through it. Pleased to say the toilet facilities afterward were also super clean. Overall, a solid 8.5 to start this reviews off. All right. We got a problem here. If you've been watching these streams for a while, you know my opinion on this. If you're gonna rate something out of 10, don't be putting 0.5s on it. Just rate it out of 20 or out of 100. Because you're telling me that you're going to commit to 10, maybe 11 if you count 0, tiers, and then you're non-committing to a 0.5 because you don't want to commit to an 8 or a 9. Decide. Over the weekend, I was showing I have a spreadsheet with a list of every single match that I've had, which now has a backup, by the way. I know you're watching. And some of the people that I was showing this to are here on the chat already. I've shouted them out. And I rate my feeling of how the match went out of 10. It's one of the columns on the spreadsheet. And my rules, it's out of 10 means out of 10. There's no 0.5s, none of this non-committing bullshit. And I go even one step when it comes to non-committing because 7 is a cop-out. Rating something 7 out of 10 is a cop-out because you want to say that it's good, but you don't want to commit to the idea that is it just good or is it pretty great? Right? 7 is a cop-out. I do not rate stuff out of 7. My rating system is always out of 10. 7 is a cop-out. Just like 0.5s and stuff like that is a cop-out. If you want to give it 0.5s, just do a percentage thing. Just rate it out of 100. To start with a commitment of saying you're going to rate something out of 10 and then putting points on it, it's stupid and ridiculous. I'm basically calling out Dave Meltzer. Not really, because Dave Meltzer wanted to use stars, which is a system that he brought from, not him, because it's not his system, it's someone else's system. It's a system that the person that brought the stars in brought it from movie reviews and things like that. And I think that because it's stars and you're going for like maximum 5, or obviously that scale has been broken plenty of times. I don't want to start that conversation, because people that are talking about scales being broken and the star system being only 5 and that's it do not understand the system at all and are just being facetious. But when you've committed to a system that is like that, but you want to be nuanced about it, then you do have to give quarter stars and stuff. And movie reviews and other places like that give quarter stars in a few countries. That does happen, because it is important to be precise and methodic when it comes to the rating system, right? So much that Rotten Tomatoes has a percentage system, right? And I understand places like Cage Match that have an out of 10 system, but it's an average. There's a formula, right? You are not allowed to rate something 0.5. An individual rating cannot be 0.5. But then you're going to go into a rating, like you're going to go into do a formula like that's going to average this all out, and it's going to have points on it. Of course, that's the way it's going to be. But the rating itself needs to be very precise, right? Where was I? Oh yeah, cheesecake. So the weirdest cheesecake I've ever had was also in a jar, but the way it happened is like, instead of being, you know how cheesecake is like, in this case, like the traditional cheesecake of like the strawberry layer on top, and then the cheesecake white part itself, and then on the bottom the cookie. Do you guys call it a cookie? We call it, it's a matching word for cookie in Portuguese. Though it was in a jar, the weirdest cheesecake I've ever had, and I had plenty of these cheesecakes I'm about to tell you because I had access to them. It was a reverse cheesecake. It was in a thing like this, and it had the gem at the bottom, the cheesecake part on top, and then in the middle, and then on top you had crumble cheesecake cookies, right? The churro, I feel like the churro is a distraction, or just very pretentious presentation. Oh, he actually takes pictures of the bathrooms as well. Okay. Cheesecakes have a biscuit base, not a cookie one. My non-English brain has not processed the difference between cookie and biscuit, especially the difference between cookie and biscuit in America and cookie and biscuit in the UK. Now, this looks like a beautiful cheesecake, right? Cedar 3 Farms in Cardiff Bay. $5.79 for this. It just seems like it's too much. Toilets weren't good, apparently. I've never had cheesecake that then gets extra cream on top. That is insane. Oh, it's a lemon cheesecake? I don't think the lemon one... lemon doesn't interest me as much as raspberry or chocolate does. Raspberry are like berries in general, right? That's the saw bathroom. It did look like it, didn't it? Yeah, the toilets are because he's lactose intolerant, Phoebe. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Why is there stuff on top of the jar? Presentation drain days. I think that's what it was, right? Oops, I went... They're just trying to make it look pretty, you know? It's a concept. I think there's marshmallows there on top. No, don't take me to the dashboard. Don't do that to the people. Cheesecake 8 out of 10, and then the toilet's 5 out of 10. That's a shame. Toilet has a wonky seat, but it's clean enough. Seen much better, seen much worse. Only issue is the toilet dispenser. Why we're rationing out bog roll when the man was spiraling out of control. You did this to yourself, Brendan. You did this to yourself. I would love to go on a cheesecake tour with Brendan White. Oh, this one has sound. How do you open it without getting disgusting hands? Just with a lot of belief. Maybe you're gonna like have to scrape the thing on top or something. It is stupid. I don't understand the jar either. I think like I don't want a cheesecake in a freaking jar. Or I want a slice of cheesecake. Right? I would 100% like cut points out of it. People make way too much about the presentation of food sometimes. I blame the insane amount of crappy baking shows. Maybe. Also went to a wings place that gave you gloves to eat with. Would incredibly recommend. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Looks more like all whipped cream than cream cheese. I I think that this is cream cheese, right? And then there's whipped cream on top. And then you add more cream on top as well. My god, poor Brendan and his intestines. Real quick. Ivor Arms in, I'm not gonna even try it. Pontyclun? I don't know. That looks very good. I don't like how small it is. Cheesecake alone is a solid 9, recommends to everyone. And I like how he says, standard family food pub restaurant type of toilet. Could have done with a few more colors on the wall and some tunes. Brother wants music and decoration on his bathrooms. I respect the commitment to make sure that he's being... he has standards, and I respect his commitment to his standards, right? Yeah, it looks absolutely fine. And then he has a story about a fart that he let out when I don't want to read it, on stream at least. The though part in. I think this is going to be too... I don't know about these pieces here on top. I'll have to try them. I feel like it's going to be like too... They're going to be too hard. Like, is it like honeycomb or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, honeycomb, yeah. Hot honey or blueberry and honeycomb New York style cheesecake. This would be the one I would go for, but... £7 for this slice? Don't be... Come on. Look at this score. Look at this ridiculous score. 8.8. Commit to the 9. Toilet is small, there's no urinal, and that's it. Okay. However, it had a nice photo on the wall. I like the bright colored walls. It smelled nice and had plenty of bog roll. Wonderful. Emergency stash on display window. Just a bathroom. So Brandon liked this painting right there. This is an incredible account. All right, 3 more. I promise we're gonna get into the wrestling, but I'm fascinated at this. This is probably the best looking cheesecake of the bunch that we've seen so far. I have never had cheesecake that then has a little bit of cream on top. I would love to try it, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Oh, this is the Nando's one? This is Nando's. I never had this Nando's one. I don't remember ever having this. I'm gonna have to have this next time. Gooey caramel cheesecake. It isn't gooeying anyway. It is a very nice cheesecake. Biscuit to cheesecake ratio is spot on. That is an important thing. Biscuit to cheesecake ratio. You're a 4-layer cheesecake enjoyer. I am not a I'm not a cheesecake snob. I'm happy to experiment, right? And I don't mind I just read one of the sentences on this description. I'm sorry. And I don't mind trying different things. And just because they're different, I'm not going to automatically saying they're going to be bad. If you know me, you know that I am not a traditionalist, right? This description is basically him saying how if you're lactose intolerant, this got to him basically way more than the other ones. So be careful. And he has a Dyson Air blade, which he's very proud that he was able to find one. Cheesecake guy. All right, here we go. Is this a cheesecake in a jar? Here we are. Why? I never had... So it says that it has Nutella, Biscoff, and white chocolate cheesecake. White chocolate cheesecake sounds great. But, okay, here we go. Like, I'll have it, but I don't... It's very hard for me to look at something like this and say that it's cheesecake. You know? That's a parfait. Yeah, that is not a bad way of putting it, Train Days. I totally agree that is the case. And I think he didn't agree either, right? I find it very difficult to not enjoy strawberry cheesecake, but this was rough. White chocolate piece was the sticky kind. Strawberry sauce was very sweet. Basically, he says that the score is 4.5 because the toilet brought the score up. This feels like it's more a gimmick than anything. I hate like this crumbling biscuit part thing. Don't do this to me. Cheesecake in his jar feels unnecessary. It's a gimmick, innit? And I understand that may be easier to like sell as a concept. You're able to kind of like... Because that way, like, you're not committed to having to make the cake and then the slices and having to keep them in the fridge and whatever. I'm sure it's easier to like distribute and stuff. But nah, man. This is not the right... Me, not a traditionalist, doesn't want cake. See, I can have this, but I'm not going to call it cheesecake, right? Now look at this beauty. What do you mean, Anthony Russell? Suppose you have a lemon cheesecake. The whipped cream will help take the sharpness out of the lemon without dulling the flavor. But if I have a lemon cheesecake, I want lemon sharpness, right? It's what I want. It's like, it's the thing, it's literally the thing I bought. Now, let's see this cheesecake here. This looks great. This might be my favorite one of all the ones that he's put here. He says he's got a backlog to go through. That's incredible. You could have a chocolate salted caramel cheesecake or the white chocolate and strawberry cheesecake. Did he have both? Oh, he had both? What a king. What a don. That looks great. Look at that cheesecake. Brother. They don't come with any cream. They don't need it. Of course not. Like, a good cheesecake's not going to need any cream, right? Every bite full of cream. Biscuit complemented perfectly. $4.95. Absolutely. Went down perfectly with Tory lemonade. Okay, San Pellegrino. Don't let Keely make you read that. Cheesecake is a 10 out of 10. The toilet was not... It was clean, but not for the faint at heart. Oh, wow. Yeah. I guess it was maybe a temporary toilet. What is he saying here? Dungeon was a short John Wayne walk from the tea room. I opened the heavy-ass doors, confronted with this. No windows, brown walls will say the business ended, the toilet was clean. Couldn't help notice spider webs at the top corners of the toilet. An annoying fly shared my experience with me too. Oh well. Now, that is great cheesecake. And again, Pontyclun, which I presume is around Cardiff. I now really want to take Brendan White on a cheesecake crawl. No, his poor guts wouldn't be able to take it, now that I think about it. Maybe he can take me and I can like rate my own, do like a guest appearance or something. Chips and Dropkicks, thank you so much for bringing attention to this to me. Immediate follow. The toilet is fine. There's no sawdust, no blood, and no body. What more do you want? He has been very clear that he likes presentation, right? Wants some color. He wants some paintings. He was happy to see the paintings on the wall. Right? And those caramel squares on top, I'm not sure. It didn't look like it. It looked more like Kinder Bueno. At least have the jar made of edible circle glass if you're going down with the gimmick. I agree. Cheesecake in a jar feels like a restaurant I went to in Germany once where everything was served with mashed potatoes. You can do it, but do you need to? Mashed potatoes is underrated. And there's a lot of things I like to try with mashed potatoes. Had both? He's not called a greedy soul for nothing. Mark Crothers, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Listen, I would probably do the same. Because those cheesecakes looked lush. They looked class. They looked lush. Right. Smoke in Sheffield is a good experience for cheesecakes and toilets. Sheffield, you say? Sheffield, you say? Smoke Sheffield. Smoke barbecue? The only downside is having to go to Sheffield. I can make my way. Let's see here. Does this count as advertisement? Hopefully not. Where are they? Am I sure I'm in the right side? It was a very random place, that restaurant. Bolognese with thin piped mash instead of spaghetti. Chili con carne with mash. Every main course came with mash. You're selling me this. You're selling me this. I'm very into the idea of Bolognese-esque dishes with mashed potatoes. Mashed tatties? Never heard them be called mashed tatties. Are elite. Lather them in butter, have them on a spoon with haggis. Never had haggis in my life either. Feel fancy? What? It's a barbecue place. I want to see if they had any pictures of it. Ooh. It's called Shepherd's Cottage Pie. It's great. Shepherd's Pie is great. The Cottage Pie is the lamb one, right? That one missed me with that lamb stuff, but show me your cheesecake. Not gonna have any luck seeing the what? No cheesecake, right? It's not gonna happen. Oh well. Oh well. Hope everyone's doing good. Let's get to the business end of this stream, shall we? Because we got derailed. We got derailed with this cheesecake conversation. For the last half an hour, people came into the stream thinking that we were going to talk about serious business. And here we are, looking at a cheesecake Instagram. But it was worth it. What's your feelings on goat? If you're not a lamb, enjoy it. I don't want any of that either. I'm not into it. I respect everyone who has it. I'm not into it. Derailed by cheesecake and bugs. My God. Derailed by Brendan White. Immediately followed. That was great. I'm so glad someone brought the attention to that. Obviously, you can't eat goat. That's cannibalism. Let's go! Let's go! Lactose intolerance is serious business. I believe that. I think that the sacrifice he's making for the good of all of us is commendable. Curry goat? No, I don't want any curry goat. Nah, man. Nah, not for me. You guys have it and enjoy it. I want none of that. All right? I want none of that. Right, where do you want to start? Great British Tag League. Purpose? The fact I'm going to wrestle a construction worker this Saturday. I didn't stream last week, which means that there's a lot hanging that we got to take care of. And I think I'm going to start with the Great British Tag League. When I'm done listening to the music. All right. My friends, early in the year, your boy David Francisco became the undisputed British heavyweight champion. That championship was consequently stolen away from me, but everyone knows, if you've been paying attention, that I am the actual undisputed British heavyweight champion. I'm not going to open that litigation. I've done it a few weeks ago, and I'm going to be able to share my findings pretty soon when it comes to how maybe there's a referee in Ref Pro that needs to go back to referee school or whatever that is. Today is not the day to do that, but I'm sure that on that day, as JJ Gill came down to be part of the closing of the show and share that moment with me, no one would have thought that after all this time, David Francisco and JJ Gill would be uniting forces to be a very successful tag team. Undefeated in tag team action. Great chemistry that no one saw it coming. And now we're part of the Great British Tag League. If you don't know what the Great British Tag League is, it's I guess yearly? I'm sure that is the intention. Tournament that Ref Pro runs. It's a 2-block round robin tournament where the 2 winning teams from each block meet in the Great British Tag League finals. I don't believe that winning the Great British Tag League automatically gives you a title shot, but I do believe that informally that ends up happening because, I mean, is there a better way of determining a contender when you need one than who won the Great British Tag League this year? But it is a standalone tournament as it goes. And not only are the Sons of Southampton, my team with JJ Gale, a very successful and a very on-demand tag team, but we are also part of the Great British Tag League. Let's quickly have a look at the blocks here. We'll start with the A block that has Cowboy away. A reminder that One Call Manders continues to duck the centerpiece. It is very interesting that as we continue to coexist several times for months on end in Rev Pro, he seems to be wanting a lot of fights, but he continues to duck David Francisco. I don't know what he says about him. I definitely know what he says. I definitely know what me bringing up this fact says about me. But he's coming in with Thomas Shire, his tag team partner, to be part of the Great British Tag League. In his block, current undisputed British Tag Team Champions, Young Guns. Again, this is going back to the conversation I was just having. This probably definitely makes the point that the Great British Tag League is a tournament in itself, as opposed to being a number 1 contendership tournament, because the champions are in the tournament, right? It does mean that everyone that is in this block has a chance to defeat the champions, and then maybe because of that, get a shot at those titles because they have a win over them. It is very interesting that they don't put the Sons of Southampton, including the last person that has defeated the Young Guns, in the same block as the Young Guns. I'm just saying. Manders is scared? Of course he is. 2 things. Absolutely should be a double elimination league rather than the dumb setup Andy has used. And at least you know winning a stupid trophy to cash in for a wish. The Great British Tag League gives you 4 wishes. So how would a double elimination league... Oh, so like you just want the 8 of us in a double elimination tournament, basically. The 8 teams. Also in the A block, the Flying Bryan Brothers. That is the face of a man that hates to be called the Flying Bryan Brothers. The branding, eh? Leland and Xander Bryant. Xander, who clearly exploded yesterday at the 229, if you don't know. Gideon Gray was chatting shit, which he's great at doing. And Xander decided to disrespect his elders, his veterans, and just absolutely battered Gideon. But Gideon showed incredible strength and physical ability because immediately, despite the fact that he was blindsided by Xander Bryant, he returned to commentary to continue his job as a commentator. And that is commendable. And if there's any other demonstration that the Bryants are too young to be the standard bearers of anything, that they are just too rash in their decisions, they are hot-headed, then this is a great example of it. And closing up the A block, the return of former undisputed British Tag Team Champions, the Grizzled Young Veterans, which excites me. I think it's great to see them back. I mean, haven't been around for a while. We've been seeing them in Instagram. But there's no denial that they were one of the top teams in the country, in the UK. Absolutely one of the top teams in the world. And they are definitely a challenge for any team that would want to challenge them. Again, I wonder if there really is a reason for keeping them away from JJ Gale and myself. No, it is definitely not because we would expose them for what they are. That would not be the case, right? So that is Block A. Who cares? We need to be talking about the good block, which is Block B. I just don't get why there's 2 American teams in Block A, yet no American teams in Block B. I sound American sometimes. Maybe it's just easy for travel, right? I'm sure that when they were drain days, I'm sure that when they were planning the blocks and trying to see what would be best, that the plan of placing these teams in the blocks that they did was well thought out and thought through. And I'm sure that when it comes to traveling arrangements, it's the best. How long do you have to live in America to become a Yank? Does it depend on the things you're doing, though? Because I agree, you're right. It's you got 2 Yank teams now, but it's just good. It's good to have international talent at the same time, right? It's very good. I think that's great. For example, True and Lacey are from La La Land because they believe that they can come into the B block and speak really loud. As soon as you have a green card, you're a Yank. That's fair. And chat some shit, even though last time anyone saw them in action, they were losing to the debut of the Sons of Southampton. JJ Gale and I are such a good team that we are able to come in against an established team that have been a team for years and are able to defeat them at their own game. And I wonder if they underestimated us. I don't. They definitely did. But it is just good to have them in the B block because I think that if nothing else, it makes it easier for us to count on these 3 points because we know how we beat True and Lacey and we just have to do it again. All right. Also on the B block, CPF. Ah, yes. The eternal contenders to the Tag Team Championships who have asked for title shots, have had title shots, and continue to lose. CPF, also known as the Choke Artists, continue to not deliver on their promise of becoming tag team champions. At what point do they quit? They don't quit because to them, it is not about the results, right? It's not about that. It's about the friendship. It's about the friends you make along the way. It's about the experiences that you get. And it's about being happy, traveling the world with professional wrestling. I'm very happy for them. I really am. It is just a shame that when they get to face the Sons of Southampton, they're going to get a reality check. But at the same time, they're just so used to being second fiddle that this is just going to be another one of those situations, right? You may think Block B, in Block B, they will be the top team, the team that everyone is talking about. But everyone is talking about the Sons of Southampton as soon as these things have been announced, which is very interesting. The dark horse team, right? The wild card. Oh, I'll get there in a second. Also, in this block, former undisputed British Tag Team Champions as well, Jay Joshua and Connor Mills, aka Mills and Joshua. The plan when we fight them is to get them to slap each other so hard repetitively, like put them in a position where they have to like continue to motivate themselves, so they just keep slapping each other really hard, and as soon as one of them is knocked out by the other, we are able to just take in and get the 2-on-1 win. Because these guys are idiots. Oh, I'm so intense. Oh, look at me, I'm biting my chin. Like, what are you compensating, man? It's okay. Relax. It's not that big of a deal. Why are you so angry? This does mean that I'm going to be in the ring with Connor Mills one more time. I was doing this math yesterday. I have been in the ring with Connor Mills over 30 times. 17 of those matches have been singles matches. And the very last one happened very recently at UKPW. So I do believe that I have Mills's number. I do think that Jay Joshua does bring something out in Mills that I am not fully prepared for. And I am very interested with how this match is going to go. I just think that it's going to be so easy to manipulate these two dumb jocks into getting super emotional and making a stupid mistake. defeating Mills and Joshua is going to be ridiculously easy. And then, yes, the wild card team of the Great British Tag League, the Sons of Southampton. A team that no one was putting any stock into is now fully affirmed in the tag team division at Revolution Pro Wrestling. And I just wonder, as I sit here on this chair, what would happen? Just imagine this. Imagine when the Sons of Southampton win not just B Block, but the Great British Tag League. I've already reached the top. I've already reached the top of the singles division that I compete on in Rev Pro. And now, after winning the Great British Tag League with JJ Gale and becoming Undisputed British Tag Team Champion, I will then have won the other award that I can win in the two divisions that I'm able to compete in Revolution Pro Wrestling. In less than a year. When I have a vision, I put it to work, and this is just another very good example of that. I am a visionary. I am David Francisco, and I make things happen, and this is no exception. I don't think there will be after I do that, there's not going to be any question that there has been no wrestler that has been more successful in Rev Pro in such a short amount of time than David Francisco. Winning both championships in the same year? Pfft, done. What a wrestler. What a guy. It's really good. And definitely, no question whatsoever, fully credited in this situation of me being the greatest contender in the history of Revolution Pro Wrestling. Already. All I had to do was make my own rules and create my own chances. I feel vindicated, like I continue to every single day something like this happens. As it's been said about me, I'm undeniable, and this is just another example of that. Man, so proud of myself. I hope that the new contenders can look to me as the example to follow when it comes to success, not just in Rev Pro, but in professional wrestling. Anyways, here's what matters. The Great British Tag League. It's going to be hard. JJ and I have a lot of work to do. We don't have a lot of opportunities to figure things out and work together. But what we lack in experience as a team, we compensate in incredible athletic ability and definitely in the greatest mind in Rev Pro and arguably in British wrestling today. Making sure that I get the best strategies and the best ways to defeat the teams that will underestimate us and pay that price. Why not wish to just be declared the winner of the whole tournament? No, but you gotta win the tournament to get the... Oh, they can wish that, yeah. No, because the wish is a match of their choice. So it's not just any wish. The trios trophies are not genies, right? Those trophies give them a match of their choice. How many have they used already? One? There's the winners of the whole tournament. That is absolutely true, Emma. I'm glad you know. I'm hating the SMR. Well, too bad. Okay, I'm done. Playing the game on hard mode, carrying JJ Gill through the tournament, to be frank. Drain days, no one said... I'm not mean. I'm a troll. Drain days, no one said that professional wrestling was easy. If I wanted it to be easy, then it wouldn't be successful. And also, I just think that I'm trying to do what's best for JJ Gill as well, right? I mean, what would be happening with JJ Gill right now if he wasn't in the Great British Tag League? If I hadn't grabbed him from the pits of irrelevance and brought him with me in the journey that we've been into, and I had to kind of drag him kicking and screaming because for a very long time, as a lot of people were able to see, he didn't want to do it, what would JJ Gill be doing right now? Probably sharing the bench with Joshua James. Just saying. Just saying. What?
I'm gonna need you to stop.
What?
I'm gonna need you to stop drinking your bloody drink.
But I gotta drink.
Get away from the mic.
But I gotta drink.
Don't lick it.
What is this accent?
Oh, God.
What is this accent?
It's not. Don't you like northern accents?
I don't like northern accents. I got nothing against them. They're fine. It's just, I don't know. I can change it if you want. No, you keep bringing this up. You got a problem? You sure? I can't hear the northerness all. I just picked it. I don't know. What am I asking the chat if I'm asking them if I prefer up north than down south? Because my chat was talking about Sheffield. I'm cheating on Southampton with Sheffield. But I'm doing this in front of everyone in a live stream. How just happened? That's a Great British Tag League. We'll wait for announcements for when the matches come out, right? Whenever the matches are going to happen, we'll be here waiting to know when that happens. We'll be fine. We'll be all good.
Fuck it, Andy! You massive nerd!
Absolutely. Very well organized. It is. I can say that I know when my 3 matches are going to happen and against who. It would be unlike Quillen to not have it all organized by now. As I said, all I know is that I know, maybe you will change, that at this moment, I know when my league matches are going to happen and against who. Not going to say it though. Not going to bring it up. Right. Next topic, I got something very particular that I wanted to say about Purpose Wrestling. This Friday we have Purpose Wrestling in the library, as we do every month. Your boy is the Purpose Wrestling champion. There's the title right there. And I'm going to be defending it against Sky Smithson. All right. I want to show you how we found out that that was going to be the case. And I would like to comment a little bit on my actions and tell you a little bit of my mental state going into this right now. Right. So this is the ending moments of my match against Leland Bryant at the last Purpose show.
Here goes Everstone kick out of the corner, but he had to use that injured left leg.
taking his time to get into the cover, but Leland looks to be out. This one, not first successful time.
Still in it.
And this is that bright heart we spoke about.
Oh no, going for that kata hajime.
I don't have a name for it, but I should.
Nino
I want to get a name for it, for the hold.
Bryan out twice in the last 2 shows. Nino Bryan passed out to this move.
How he won that championship with this hold, this very hold. Leland's got to find a way to escape.
Rendered Nino unconscious. Can he do the same to
I want
Leland?
some sort of reference to like choking on stage, but I haven't found something good yet, you know. But I like to get some sort of reference to that.
Gets up, but gets dragged straight back under.
Something choke or like, but like that has that kind of connection.
Leland is out cold. The referee has called them.
Is that Sheriff Oak on comms? Yes. Michael Oku is now the commentator of Purpose Wrestling along with Bobby Davis. Apparently I'm not invited to come and do comms anymore. So I made Leland and Bryan faint.
Manages to overcome another Bryan brother, even with a damaged knee.
Continue the Purpose Wrestling champion. My leg is screwed because I landed on it funny in the match and Leland took ridiculous advantage of it. Here come my boys.
Here they come. Yeah, that makes sense.
Portugal choke? No, Fifi, come on.
The bell was wrong.
Nobody historically choked more on stage and missed a broken wrist himself, the OJMO. Oh my god.
That was not easy at all. That was as close as it
Maybe he didn't
gets.
choke, but he definitely cried, am I right?
Don't worry. Listen, prepared for this situation, prepared for this moment, so of course, we've got something ready for him. Since he won the match. Give it up for Leland.
And as my celebration was happening, it got interrupted.
David Francis, where are we? Howdy. As you're watching this video, it means that you retain the Purpose Wrestling Championship. And Leland, you should have seen the video that I recorded for you. It had everything. It had party hats, it had confetti, I gifted you with Roblox gift cards that were all the props that money could buy. I guess that video will never see the light of day. Today, Dave Francisco, let's talk about what's in your immediate future as champion. So you ran through a lot. I gifted you with Roblox gift cards that were all the props that money could buy. I guess that video will never see the light of day. Today, Dave Francisco, let's talk about what's in your
He did say
immediate future
Roblox
as
gift
champion.
cards, because, you know, Leland is a child, as Oisin Delaney would say.
So you ran through a lot of people on your way to becoming the Purpose champion.
Yes, a year.
You beat loads and loads of dudes, but there is one person that you weren't able to defeat. And as the new member of the Purpose Wrestling Booking Committee, I thought that I should book logically. So, as the next show on July Feel Good Inc., it's going to be Dave Francisco, that's you, defending the Purpose Wrestling Championship against someone that you can't beat.
He beats everyone. I beat everybody.
Sky Smith. You don't have to hit David Smith music because, quite frankly, it sucks. So if you want, you can hit my music. Go for it. It's great music.
It's great music.
So, what kind of creepy ass John Kramer gets on the booking committee just to have multiple videos lined up to interrupt people's celebrations. During days, he was invited to be on the booking committee. He didn't scheme his way there. He just took the spot, right?
And thank you, Michael, for being the voice of the committee there.
And it is true
Telling
that he had
David who he's got next
another
to Feel
video
Good
away.
Inc. Going to take on the villainous Sky Smith.
Would choke artist be a good name if you frame it as you are the artist making them choke? I thought of it. There's something that sounds good about choke artist and like its cultural relevant and everything, but I don't think it works well as a name of a hold because the hold isn't the artist. You know, I think that is such a, as you're saying, like we have to kind of frame it in a specific way for something, and I don't want to do that. like that. I don't want people to have that thought process. It should be obvious and easy. What is it that we're talking about, right? Can't believe they've gone to waste. Do you want the Roblox leaf cards, Phoebe? Do you want them? So it is true that he had a video ready for. I have seen it. He had the video ready for if Leland won. I think he was saying that he was going to give it a match to Nino Bryan. Like the match that never happened. I don't understand why someone in the booking committee is having production decisions like what song is going to play and when. Would love the Roblox gift cards. Thank you very much. Make sure you tweet or Instagram at the OJMO and ask for it. So, obviously Michael Oko has it for me, and he continues to try and anger me. And as I'm watching this back, Sky Smithson is very good. She has beaten me before. She's earned this title shot. Don't get me wrong. He's right in his saying that well, last we wrestled, she did beat me, so she should have a title shot. That makes logic. That is fair. He's just framing it with the idea that somehow this is a gotcha to me. The chokey, my God, DMR. Do I have to become Purpose Champion to claim him, though? I don't know. I'm not the booking committee. You're going to have to ask him. Ask him what he should be. I will happily give Sky Smithson a title shot. It's just this idea of framing like this is some sort of punishment. And it's a bad thing. And it's a gotcha to me. It's ridiculous. And I think Smithson does not deserve to be involved in this. I can think about this with clarity. I can think about this with clarity now. But at the time I didn't. And as I'm watching this back, and I want to show you this interview, and then I want to talk about it, because there's something here that needs to change.
I have come to grips with the fact that I'm never going to be able to have a proper celebration of my Purpose Wrestling Championship reign. Today was supposed to be, last time was supposed to be that. It definitely wasn't, was it? Today was supposed to be that, and yet again, that piece of crap has to make it about himself, and everyone celebrates. A year ago, everyone was telling him that it was the worst thing that ever happened to this place, and I had to defend this place against him. And yet, I don't know what changed. I don't know what's been happening, but suddenly, he's the big hero that's going to save everybody. And everyone loves him now, although he is the exact same person he was a year ago. The exact same person that brought me to the worst place that I've been in my career. And he is the exact same person that is trying to take away from the hard work that I made to make this place what it is. I'm the villain? I gave away the power that I could have to give myself an advantage, and I'm the villain. I earned this after doing more than anyone else would ever be willing to do, and I'm the villain? Or is the villain the other ones that are like, I don't know, mind-controlled? Gullible? Or maybe the people that I started this project with have been betrayers, backstabbers, from the beginning. And it was just a matter of time until I finally see it for what it was. No one can stand in the way of injustice, unfairness, and disgrace except me. I am the defender of Purpose Wrestling against everyone that wants to make it something that it isn't, it shouldn't be, and it was never my vision. You want to make me face the villainous? You think I am scared of Sky Smithson? I'm not scared of Sky Smithson because the Smithson that she wrestled, David Francisco, fuck my leg, god damn it. The David Francisco that Sky Smithson wrestled before was not the same David Francisco that stands here today. The David Francisco that she wrestled and beat was someone that was trying to be someone else. This David Francisco, I know exactly who I am. And you want to call yourself the villainous, tongue-in-cheek, wink, wink, you will realize what true villainous is when you wrestle the centerpiece, fire with fire, and I have no issues doing whatever needs to be done to defend Purpose Wrestling, because I'm the centerpiece, and no one loves Purpose Wrestling as much as I do.
David, I just want to...
Shut up, Leland. No one cares. Let me put this on as I give you my thoughts on this. So, here's the number one thing that sticks out to me as I see that interview, and hopefully you'll be able to see it as well, is that I am very angry. Why were you staring into our soul like that? I was very affected emotionally by what was happening, right? You're obviously talking specifically about this. And I felt, like I still do, that I've been unfairly treated and that people continue to take advantage of, or try to take advantage of, positions that they have where they're supposed to be impartial and play things properly to push their own agendas, which isn't fair. And my God, Drain Days. I'll come back to the discussion about the hold in a second. So I'm just I am nothing but pure raw emotion as I am talking about this and as I'm reacting to everything that's happening here. And I remember being that for the next few days, every time we talked about it. But I realized that is exactly what that prick wants. And I am going to... when I realized that, when I was able to see myself from the outside, I was able to give myself a statement. And the same thing is happening during the match, right? I am pretty angry. Like, I just feel so much anger at everything that happened and the way that has happened. This is such a big moment for me. I've worked for, 2 years now to earn the right to hold that championship title right there. And this is not how I wanted it to be. And I feel like I continue to fight the reality of the situation of what I would want it to be with the way the things actually are. And that is just not healthy. Things are the way that they are. This is what's happened to purpose. And I am not going to let that ruin the experience that I'm having as a champion, and I'm not going to let that affect the way that I live my life and act as a champion. This should be an enjoyable moment, and yet I am angry. And that is not okay. For me, more than anything else, for me, this is not okay for me. It's not healthy for me, and it's not what I want to go. So, I am done being angry. I am done being angry at this situation. Those who want to see it for what it is and realize that I'm right in what I'm saying will stand by me. And those who want to continue to drink the Kool-Aid of the person that should have moved on from purpose a very long time ago, but still cannot let go of this place because his identity is ridiculously tied to his perception in that library. Those who want to stand by that person can continue to stand by that person, and I think that says way more about them than it does about me. He's also, by me reacting the way that, by him getting to, by the fact that he gets to get these reactions from me, he gets to say that he's doing it, which means that by him getting these reactions from me, he's making himself center stage. And he's not center stage. I am center stage. Because I have that. I am the Purpose Wrestling Champion. I am the man to beat. And this all does revolve around me. Not around him, despite what he wants to do. Despite his attempts at making sure that he does. The more I fight instead of accept the situation, the more things do revolve around him. And that is not how the catchphrase goes. So I'm done. I am looking forward to this clash with Sky Smithson. I tried to find footage of our last match, but I think it's one of the shows that hasn't been put together yet. Sky Smithson and I were just having fun. We're having a lot of fun and in our match, and she just caught me with a cheeky roll-up because I tried to outdo her when it comes to a long-lasting suplex. That is not the same wrestler, because we both had to think about holding a suplex as long as we could. That is not the wrestler that she wrestled then is not the same wrestler that she's going to wrestle this Friday. I'm just saying. This time there's way more on the line. There's my championship on the line. And she's going to have to earn being at the level that I am right now. David's choosing peace, chat. I am. I'm trying my best. He's literally rubbing the belt in his beating his opponent's face. That's not choosing peace. I said that I was going to get that championship title. And I was going to rub it in everyone's face, and that's what I'm doing. Crowd, opponents, no one wanted this to happen. And yet, despite every single force pushing against me making this happen, I made this happen. And that is an indictment on myself and my ability to achieve. I'm David Francisco, and I make things happen. And when I do, I have no problem rubbing them in people's faces. Not just figuratively, but literally. David, if you win against Sky, can you hit the gradient celebration to prove a point to the haters? No, I don't have a good gritty. I am not a good dancer. You saw me do the worm once, and it was one of the worst you've ever seen, right? You can watch this match on VOD and soon, I'm sure, on the YouTube channel. We'll be launching it soon, I am pretty sure. What else happened? What else happened? Well, there was Colossus this weekend. Bring back the worm? No. No chance. Oh, people are talking about the name of the thing. Is there anything in the center stage choke? It's not. That's all paths that I've gone down, Paul. I just haven't found something that has clicked, that I like resonated properly, like the way I would like to with my brain, you know. Since the choke is, am I gonna read this? Since the choke is inspired by I'm not gonna, I can't read it. I can't read it, Rain Days. Franuary was a fever dream. Franuary was great. I can't wait to do it every year. I missed my birthday as well. Now you need to bring back the worm. I don't. I will not do the worm in a match unless in some very specific situations. Would something like cross purposes work for the move name on brand with the company as a crossface? I use it on other places, not just the purpose. My last Colossus David Francisco Xenothan. More like should be a fan, am I right? Here's me. Here's me putting the half Nelson crossface on Xenothan. That's how I defeated the Xenothan. There's something about, besides I think cross purpose is going to be so close to Crossroads that it's not good branding. It needs to be like something choke or something like that. I thought a clutch, but it makes more sense to like I just choke like there's something that I just gotta like open like a syllabus or something and just see like that sentence being used in an example. Speaking of Colossus, you want to see the worst thing that I've been given? If you're using it other places, may I suggest Purpose Wrestling has a very affordable on-demand platform which merchandise is available at DaveFrancisco.net. Choke. DaveFrancisco.com belongs to a photographer that never updated his website unless he has very recently. Oh, someone else bought it. This is recent. Oh, when was it for sale? David, don't do this. Don't do what? Fine artist David Michael Francisco. Oh. When was it for sale? I would have bought it. Maybe he bought it from the original, just like paid £1,000 for it or something like that. Ah. This is new. Last time he was a photographer's website. Now he's just an oil painter. And it's recent because he has a 2024 thing here, right? Red Sunset, Jack Pine at Fees Landing, Pigeon River, Ontario, Canada, and done while I was on the shoreline, Plain Air 2024. All right. I'll let you have it. It's okay. I got a coinfrnmerch.com anyways. Is this him? Brother, we share the name. I mean, I'm not Michael, but... Ugh, Michael. Ew. You could own the David Francisco mural. Could you imagine? Oh, the worst thing you've ever been given. Oh, it's happening, Phoebe. It's happening. So, Phoebe, who's here on the chat, gifted me, as you can see, I have a collection of... wristbands that people have kindly gifted me throughout the months and the years. Which one was the first one? The Sprigatito one. I feel like this is all in the last year. I don't think that has been... You went through enough that day? Hey, this is a bed you made. You're going to have to lay down in it. Or to lay in it. I got a new wristband. The latest wristband that I have. Is a wristband that says... And I quote, "Zero aura." Look at this. Zero aura. Portugal's bracelet was in August. Yeah, everything was in less than a year then. You wanna explain yourself, Phoebe? You wanna explain yourself? Didn't realize you had a Michael Loco wristband. I can't believe that he really came out as a surprise to farm clout. You know? Brother really went, oh, fourth sellout in a row for Pro Wrestling Colossus? Wait a minute. Let me show up as a surprise. Is Colossus running in Margate or at the Atlanta Dome? You didn't mean it? What do you mean you didn't mean it? The jam, in the context of clock something up? Nah, it needs to say joke. It needs, like, I don't know. If it doesn't say like joke like that, it will be something completely different. Like, and this is not the name, but something along the lines of the Spotlight Clutch or something like that. At least it doesn't say do a flip. Doesn't it? Do I have a do a flip wristband? Have you ever given me a worm wristband? Centerpiece. There's a combo meal one. There's a Pepsi one. There's my favorite in terms of design, the chaotic neutral one. Francisco Army. David Carnage. Am I gonna have to... Mark Crothers, behave. The bracelet is meaningless? Then why did you do it? Why would you waste your time like that? Oh, poor Sprigatito. Sprigatito. Meow. Who's David Carradine? You're gonna have to... Oh, you're gonna force me to Google this, aren't you? Carradine. American actor, director, producer. His career included over 200 major and minor film roles. Widely known to television audiences, the star of the 90s television series Kung Fu, playing Kwai Chung Kane, a peace-loving Shaolin monk traveling through the American Wild West. Oh my God! What a premise. We're whitewashing. I don't know. What did it look like on the show? Yeah, let's whitewash martial arts for him to come to the Old West American, and everyone uses guns, but brother uses Kung Fu. Oh, that's great. Sorry, you guys are not seeing this. It's just a different time, wasn't it? Where's the controversial sections? American and Decline as a Star. Was it in Kill Bill? That's cool. That's cool of Tarantino to do. He's very he's probably from the same generation. Very the governor, what's his name? Jesse Ventura. He's died already. Oh. Didn't do any kung fu, but did he do it afterwards? No. Okay. Well, I hope he was happy. Kwai Chung Kane. I hope I'm saying this properly. Look at him. Things I learned with you. Do not Google that one. No, I won't. I will not. The sign contradicted the bracelet. It did. It did. And then it got ripped apart, didn't it? Great joke. This is... We are now reaching like weird levels of innuendo that I cannot in good faith do. Choking a great opportunity, losing to a great wrestler. Poor them. Regards to the bracelet, as an apology, the sign was made which technically levels out the aura, so now I have an average amount of aura. But then you made too much aura signs, so it actually doubles out. Right? I know that I have tons of aura. I'm aware of that. I don't have to. You don't have to tell me that. I am aware. Last thing here on the to-do list. We'll talk more about Colossus once footage comes out, because I got a lot to say. These trainees don't know how to behave. Clearly, Margate aren't too aware. They're just jealous. It's fine, Phoebe. Don't worry about it. I don't. This Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to Infinite Aura Choke. Am I gonna call it the Aura Choke now? It doesn't roll off the tongue well though. Aura Choke is not a bad name, but it doesn't roll off the tongue now. Aura Clutch would probably be better. So I'm going to Barcelona this weekend. I'm gonna return to Barcelona. This time in work. If you do the worm, I'll reckon I'll take it back. Now, if you do the worm, they're just gonna make it worse. And I'm going to go to Barcelona on Sunday. The reason I'm not going to... I told you a while ago that I was not going to be part of the show in Coventry. That is because on Sunday, I'm going to be running a seminar Sunday morning in Barcelona, which I'm very much looking forward to. We were trying to see if there were, like, early afternoon flights from Barcelona that would then make me to go to Coventry, but it would be too much of a stretch. So looking forward to teaching this Saturday morning session. I have plenty of time. My flight is like at 8 o'clock at night, so it is... It wouldn't surprise me if it gets to 1 o'clock and the class just continues and I teach like 4 or 5 hours, because that happens all the time in seminars that I teach. And I just want to... Like, these trainees only have me for a day. I want to give them as much as I can of my time. I just love it. It's great. It's one of the best things that I can do, and I feel like I'm in this unique position. I feel like I say this all the time. Unique position where I've been here for so long, and I'm so ingrained in the scene here. One of the top stars of the scene right now, and I have access to worldwide talent and stars that I've been learning directly from. And at the same time, I've had and I continue to have the experience of the European wrestler and the European wrestling scene. And I feel like I'm in this great position of being a bridge between these two, because as much as you can learn from so many wrestlers, and I believe you can, not everyone, and I dare to say almost nobody, understands what the scenes are like outside of the UK, because they just haven't been there in the nitty gritty, right? I feel like I'm in this unique position, this privileged position, where I can package the things, the knowledge that I have in a way that is going to be actually the most useful for scenes like the Spanish scene, and I am very excited for that. I will never take that position for granted or abuse that position, which is great. But at the same time, my match also was announced and came out, and this is the guy that I'm wrestling. I'm wrestling Balaco. Am I saying it right? I'll translate these comments for you, right? Big booking. Everyone like, hell yeah. Let's go, dude. Oh, he's right here. He's right here. Um. Oh, I can't wait for Saturday. That's gonna be fun. So this is someone just posted this. This has to be wrong. This can't be right. And he just went, no, of course not. I unfortunately don't know what bocatazo. I think bocatazo will be like Big Punch. I don't know what a hocido is. Hocico. Hociso? That's like slang that I'm not gonna know. Spanish slang I'm not gonna know, unfortunately. But we gotta like, what's the deal with this Balaco dude? Balaco looks like the goat? I don't know. Balaco more like Belendo. I joke construction workers are the backbone of society. So, oh, is this Balaco? Okay, he has actual wrestling gear. That's a plus already. And it's not a good idea to have this on his knee pads because I will always see them coming. If he wants to use his knees as weapons, I'm going to see them coming because they're well marked. They're safe. Show me a video, bro. I guess he's celebrating Mortero. Who's this guy? Mortero winning matches? Does he wear the hard hat in a match? I don't think so. I think he just comes out with it. Because like right now he's talking to a champion here, I presume challenging for it. But you even not now he has the hat, right? There he is. Oops. Maybe he has a hard head, though. Like right here, right? There's a headband here. And then this guy was laughing. Maybe he has those TK jeans. Is this him eating a sandwich in the middle of a match? Yes, he is. Wow. You had time for a pause. It was lunchtime, is it? Sorry, that was loud. Seems like a diva. Not a good guy to work with. No one's gonna fall. Look at that. Sorry, Sandy. Oh, dude is strong. Oh, let's go. One of the wrestlers just comment, can you just finish the construction work at the Okata station, please? Sorry, the actual like translates better to finish the construction work at the Okata station once and for all. How about my food? How about my station? Oh my god, this is great. I was ready to bury this guy, but I can't. I am thoroughly entertained with him. I mean, he's a joke, right? I mean, he's gonna be in the ring with an actual good professional wrestler, and he's gonna get a rude awakening, right? He's gonna get a wake-up call. He's gonna get a reality check. But maybe that means that we'll take his work as a wrestler a bit more seriously, right? Listen, wrestling isn't easy. Sometimes you need to do it as a side gig, right? Sometimes you just look at wrestling as something to help. And sometimes you look at wrestling as a hobby, right? Like obviously you have the main thing you do to pay your bills, and I respect and I appreciate that. Now, this is my life. This is my job. And I'm going to go to Barcelona to win the winner's purse. And if that means that I'm also going to humiliate Balaco, then I will. I just think that Balaco can't humiliate himself even further. You don't have to come out with a hard hat. You know that, right? You're aware of that. Okay, that's fine. Just tell him... Your father was a banker? He'll instantly be distracted in the match. Maybe he'll have to leave mid-match to build something. I think he'll just have to leave mid-match because it's lunchtime. He'll just sit down and have his food. And that's the case. I don't know if he's going to build... I mean, night works, right? It's very common here. I'm sure it'll be the same there. What's a bocata? I think bocata is a sandwich. Yeah. Bocata is a sandwich. I think there's going to be a point where he's going to want to stop the match to go and have a bocata. Oh, bocata is Spanish for bucha. Mabucha. That's great. Things I'm learning. I'll come here next week and I'll let you know how he went. I'll give you a report of Barcelona, hoping to be able to vlog it as well. I got a few YouTube videos that are a bit behind. By the way, I've been getting a lot of good feedback on my last YouTube video. I feel like this is the Portuguese vlog. The more you know. What do you mean? About what? I feel like I found a good format for my YouTube stuff. You tell me if you're enjoying it, as I'm having this conversation with you, chat. If you haven't seen it, tell me. You can be like, oh, no, I haven't seen it yet, which is fine. Different audiences, different places, but just feedback I've been getting, even with like the YouTube analytics stuff. Portuguese vlog was very good, big fan. So I didn't like how much voiceover I was doing. Is there a black bar on top of the thumbnail? Oh, that's bad. I do know the more you know. I just didn't know what you were referring to, right? I didn't like... I wasn't a big fan of how much voiceover the video has. And I think it's weird.
I was there for a few days and I got a chance to see family, do some sightseeing, and even teach a double seminar. I was there for a few days and I got a chance to see family.
Do it as well. This is shoot legit the house my mom grew up in. When I went to visit my grandmother, the small village she lives at, my mom showed me this is where her and her total 11 siblings lived. In this small house right here. And this is where the entrance was, and now it's just in ruins, right? The house just is ruined. And the grandmother has a great house just up the road. Oops. So I don't want this one on. There you go. Perfect size store for a child. Listen, they were small. What is this? The Jolanda weekly vlog? I don't think I'd be as good as like the... maybe I should do stuff like that. I just feel like I'm trying... Every time someone does... I think I was having this conversation with Keely the other day. Every time I see a lot of wrestlers doing the same thing, I don't want to do it because it just feels like we're just jumping on a trend as opposed to doing something that like suits what we're doing. And I think I like long form YouTube video better than the TikTok shorts, and I think maybe that says something about my generation. But basically these videos have been a bit more YouTube-esque videos thought for an audience that only knows of me from YouTube and maybe only wants to, and even an audience that is a bit more like wants to follow independent wrestling, and maybe they'll want to jump on the bandwagon with me. Well, now you've talked about your mother's house. It seems much cooler than Jolando's vlog. Well, thank you, appreciate it. I don't mind the voiceover. It's pretty similar to most of the other videos on YouTube in that sense. Yeah, I think that my
do some
the videos, like when I was doing just the vlog, I think the format of like
story starts where all the stories
which I've done for a very long time, of just let me just live my life and then try to grab my phone and talk about the things that are happening. Not a lot of structure. Like I'll fix it in post. I will edit it. It doesn't work as well anymore, and I don't want to do it. It's like as a format from like a previous generation of YouTube. All these videos, like what's happening now is that when I have you actually prefer this style of voiceover? I don't know, man, because this feels, maybe it's because I'm like, oh, but I'm acting like a YouTuber, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I am definitely now, the way that I'm, the thing about these videos that have been put forward is that I am thinking about them way more as, like I'm coming at them with a YouTube logic to them, right? So maybe if this was 6 months ago, this Portugal vlog would have been life of a pro wrestler, traveling to Portugal to wrestle, yada yada yada, right? Where now it's like, okay, what is the title of this video? What can be the thumbnail be? How can I get straight to the point? An intro that's a bit more. The intro was very much, hey, you clicked on this video, you don't know who I am. Should I kept the girl screaming in the vlog? I'm gonna see if I can find the raw version of that. I'll tell that story in a second. Like, I would have probably not done an intro like... This is a very... Sorry if I'm rambling, guys. This open of this video here is a very YouTube-coded open.
Everybody in my home country of Portugal was shocked when I made a surprise appearance at one of the latest wrestling shows there. I was there for a few days and I got a chance to see family, do some sightseeing, and even teach a double seminar. But this story starts where all the stories about traveling start. Yes, you guessed it, at the airport.
This is just like a little intro just to be like, you are into wrestling, maybe you've seen my face before, maybe you haven't. You click this, I'd like to see how many viewers on this video are new, first-time viewers on my channel. That'd be interesting to see. So I'm trying to think with a bit more like YouTube logic to it, if that makes sense. And the truth is, it's been working, you know, like it's been giving me results. Like I've been getting a lot of like new subscribers from it. There's the signals that I get is that this is the kind of stuff that's been working on YouTube. So I got to just do it more. I've tried as well, as I'm sure you've known, to like these streams that you do here, like turn them into consumables. Like YouTube videos as well, but then they didn't work as well on this channel, so I'm just got like a second channel for it, and even that may not be the best investment to it. But these streams that we do are great to then create short stuff that I then post, basically like as promos or as makeshift promos for shows. So like for example, this weekend I have 2 YouTube videos that are like in my mind. I just gotta put into paper and like do a little bit of probably like come up with a script and everything, which is the difference that I want to... Basically, it's the point I'm trying to make. Sorry, I've been rambling. Like, before I would just like, okay, let me remember to just grab my phone and be like, hey, I'm doing this now. Hey, I'm doing this now. Hey, I'm doing this now. And after experimenting with different formats and see how they go, the ones where I kind of sit down and be like, okay, what is the theme of this video? What do I want to talk about? Right? So I didn't do it for Colossus for a few reasons. I'll do it for the next Colossus show because I'm going to be wrestling another one of the trainees after what happened at the Rumble. But the video about Colossus is going to be titled something like how not to be a pro wrestling trainee, because the trainees at Colossus have been not behaving properly. It's just very bad etiquette, right? I have the Rumble video that I'm going to put out hopefully this week. The title of the video is Why It's So Hard to Win a Rumble in Pro Wrestling. And it's going to make sense once you see the video, because it's been a kind of like a through line throughout the entire video. And then obviously, like with Purpose, there's something to the idea of me preparing to wrestle Sky Smithson, right? How do you prepare? I wonder if it's something like, how do you prepare to wrestle someone you've never beaten? I don't know, like there'll be something like that. And just tell the full story with that. And then I do think the Barcelona video is going to be much more like the Portugal one, of just like, hey, I'm going to Barcelona. Here's the entire story of me going to Barcelona. The flight, the arrival, the show, the thing I'm doing. And that video is much more about the new experience that I'm getting. But because I'm kind of like framing them and thinking about them way more as Phoebe said, traditional YouTube videos, they've been working better. What a surprise, because they're contextual to the platform now, as opposed to just being kind of format that used to work but doesn't work anymore. Yeah, you know what I mean? I do have another experiment that I want to do. I want to see if I can in any way package the... I fought a construction worker, but did I succeed in defending the Constitution? That's the kind of... Listen, that's the kind of title that works, right? Why is this construction worker in wrestling? running this construction worker out of wrestling, you know. Weeding out this person should not be in wrestling. There's things like that, you know. Good positive YouTube videos, am I right? Yeah, I do want to do. I want to do an experiment with the phone call that I had with Amira on stream the other day, and I'm like, how can I present something like that and package it similar to these packages I used to video? But I'm gonna figure that out, and I'll come back to you. I'll let you know how that went. Yeah. Okay. Nigerian bus auntie. Nigerian. Is it this? 14 years ago, probably.
You. Fuck you, yeah? Idiot. Stop it, woman. Monkey like you. Fuck you, pop.
No, I don't think it's this.
Bye-bye.
Is it? No. It's a TikTok thing. It's quite recent. Not the crying boy. It's not the crying boy video, is it? Because that's all I'm finding. Oh, is it this? There's no Nigerian aunties, it's a trick. Is it this? Does she not have? That's just a mirror using a filter. Why am I only getting? This is just a re-upload of some. My God, the content world is horrible. What's your original account, bro? Oh, Bemi. I probably will need to look for her name, right? Is this you? It's gonna be right. There you go.
IKEA Oxford Street. Now open.
Oh, so they paid her to do an ad.
IKEA Oxford Street. Now open.
This one is an ad. This is. She's so close to the bus. Look how close she is. Not even flinching.
Listen to Auntie Bemi. Putting off those awkward money talks. It's like getting on the wrong bus. It won't ever get you where you need to go. Listen to Auntie Bemi. Putting off those awkward money talks. It's like getting on the wrong bus. It won't ever get you where you need to go.
How do we get here? How does Auntie Bemi? They should do it once or twice and it worked for some reason because it was wholesome, so people just... Alright. Popular. 46 million. This is the one we just seen. Because she's just become a sensation. Is that what it is? She's in the sidewalk. Well done. Please recreate in Barcelona. I will. What's this about the double-decker crush? Is it the song? Yeah. Listen, if you're gonna put slop in front of me, let it be this kind of slop. This is definitely wholesome, right? A waste of my time, but wholesome. This is peak comedy? Or is it me doing this in Barcelona peak comedy? She's calling out for help. You think this is signals? This is all signals. Oh, I can't wait. There's gonna have to be at least one TikTok account that is doing conspiracy theory, Illuminati-esque stuff with her videos. And try to find signals. Or they're doing that but ironically, which is even better. Screaming girl on the bike. Alright, let me get Screaming girl on the bike. Phoebe, what did you like about the Portugal vlog more and less? If anything. Right. Sorry, Auntie, I'm gonna pause you there for a second. Thank you. Oh, you're in full... Oh, no, you're not. Okay, cool. We did it. What's happening? Notice in the list of videos, she definitely seems more AI overlay in the footage of buses. You're doing it, aren't you? Trying to find the AI connection. So, I was filming me just like really quickly going around Porto, pointing at places that are of interest. In a road that is in front of me, I have the camera here on my hand, right, and there's a road in front of me, and there was like a group of tourists, I presume, and this group was just, I presume, just on bikes, biking around the city to see it, and I think it was a motorbike. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sandy. It was a motorbike that was a cycling tour, and there was a motorbike, and they were kind of like almost crashing, right? And if you open your ears, you will be able to hear the reaction of the lady as she life flashes before her eyes, and she thinks she's about to die. Whoop. Whoop. That was pure terror. That was nothing but fear. Whoop. Whoop. That's going to be a point to redeem. I feel like it's because she forgot she had brakes. I think she was just like probably like looking at something else and then looked up and there's a bike super close to her. I look happy. It was funny. It was really funny. Because she also panicked for no reason. She had no reason to panic. She was safe. She was fine. I wouldn't have laughed so hard if it was about a motorbike. Maybe. She was scared for her life and your reaction was to smile. Because the fact that she's scared for her life doesn't mean that her life is in danger. Those two things don't necessarily go hand in hand. And this was a case of that. Somebody almost died. That is not true. You made it sound like she was going to die. So what was? Am I misremembering the situation then? The point is that it was right. That it's funny because it was an exaggerated reaction. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, here you go. You're telling the story wrong.
You are telling the story.
You're telling the story wrong.
Because.
Hello, chat.
Why do I feel like I want to Shag, Marry, Avoid? Anyway, Shag, Marry, Avoid, the podcast.
There was the Chihuahua with a knife.
Yeah.
There was it.
Yeah.
That's what Drain Days is saying.
So what happened, was there was a group of cyclists on the tour cycle thing. There was about 10 of them going around the corner, and I feel like she was about to bump into another bike. Not a motorbike. There was no motorbike because you would have heard the motorbike with the scream. So you're remembering wrong. And so I don't know why I'm talking so poshly. I don't sound like this. Anyone who's met me knows I don't sound like this. It's the microphone. I sound like I should be performing. So she nearly crashed with someone, and instead of pressing the brakes like that you're supposed to, she put her legs up and screamed.
Yeah, true. Yeah, she just didn't use
She was just like, ah! And then I was just, sorry, chat. Yeah.
That was a bad imitation. The noise that actually she made was. Whoop. That was the noise.
That's so funny.
Anyways, hello, Aaron Sharp. I'm about to finish the stream. We checked all the boxes for today. No. And there's the smile when a girl almost hurt herself. She was not in danger whatsoever. I could see it. It was right in front of me.
Why are you lying? You're a liar. You're a liar. Dave Francisco's a liar. You're a liar.
I'm gonna go now.
How dare you lie? You're a liar.
Stream next week. We're looking at We're looking at Monday. That's the most accurate mirror impression I've ever heard. Yes. This is a mirror blue hair. I feel like you don't know about the mirror blue hair Drain Days. This is a mirror blue hair.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And she's a mainstay here on the stream. Next week, I will either be streaming early in the afternoon or like after 7, and I actually think it's gonna be early in the afternoon, because not I'll probably be drain dead from Barcelona in the weekend. But I'll definitely be doing a stream next week, letting you know about my weekend and how it went, and we can hang out and talk about it, and I'll let you know how the thing with the construction worker went, and we can discuss the videos of me being a Nigerian Auntie Bemi, I believe that was her name. Of me, Bemi, there we go. Of me being Auntie Bemi in Barcelona.
I want to see you stand in front of the buses like this.
I'm gonna go now. Thanks. Bye. Bye. I'll see you on the social media. Oh, merch. If you've seen the post of me saying the rest of the items that I have here physically with me, I have access to all the sizes made to order, but I want to get rid of these sizes. If you're interested in them, especially if they're like, if you're a small or a medium and you want to get it like a bundle for some reason, we can talk about it, right? Just send me a message or anything as I make space for the Sons of Southampton merch. This isn't in no way a finished product, but do you want to see a little sneak peek? Oh, what happened to it? What do I want to show? What do I want to show? I'm trying, chat. I'm trying to. There you go. Long live the Sons of Southampton. Bye, gang. See you next week. And we are off the air. Woo! What? Are you? Hmm. 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 I think, is this people buying my merch? I think so. 'Cause I don't got any orders for it. You feel weird. Why? You sweaty. Hmm. Hmm. I love you too. No, no one has. This is ticket sales. No one has. What? Ticket sales getting sold? Oh, you can leave it. No, close it. I'm gonna record some more stuff.
I was pretty annoyed, and I needed to